Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. Today, we're wrapping up our series on the Ranger in the brand new Player's Handbook. We're talking about the subclasses of this often bemoaned class, and today we're talking about the most rangery ranger out there, the Hunter. The Hunter was, in the original Player's Handbook, the only good subclass because the Beastmaster was broken in a bad way. And as time went on, it just became more and more clear that as the Ranger kept getting better and better subclasses, the Hunter fell behind. However, in a brand new Player's Handbook, we can't have Ranger without Hunter, apparently, because it's just the classic. Whenever you imagine a Ranger, you're probably imagining a Hunter, unless it fits one of the other archetypes. It's the standard pick. It is the champion fighter. It is the Ranger. So the Hunter and its features, have they changed? Yes, they have, in fact. Has it been upgraded? Well, we'll see. We'll get into the details of the subclass in just a moment. Before we do, though, I'd like to let you know Relax Fantasy Review has memberships. For just $1 a month, you can support me here on YouTube and get a couple benefits. First, you get a little badge next to your name in the comments, letting folks know you're a supporter. Also, you get early access to my videos. I upload videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I upload them a day early for members only. And finally, you get access to the VIP room in my community Discord. The community Discord's open for anyone to join. You can hop on in there and hang out in the general chat, but members of the channel get to go in the VIP room, talk directly to me, talk about D&D, talk about the YouTube channel, whatever you like. If any of that sounds interesting to you, you can click the join button. It's just down there next to the subscribe button. And if it doesn't interest you, that's totally fine too. Just being here and watching my videos, liking and subscribing, is a great way to support me. So thanks for watching my content here on YouTube. Level 3, Rangers choose their subclass, and Hunter Rangers get 2 features. First of all, Hunter's Lore. When a creature is marked by your Hunter's Mark spell, you can learn automatically if that creature has any immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and yeah, you just learn these details about the creature you're fighting. Sometimes this might be helpful. You're fighting undead. A lot of undead are immune to poison or necrotic. A lot of them aren't. Hunter's Mark will tell you which ones are, which ones aren't. The brand new monster manual is out, and I don't know exactly how many creatures are, immune to charm or fear, or immune to being grappled or knocked prone, or any of those other things which you might be using your weapon masteries to do. I'm not sure. Hunter's Mark will tell you. Other times you're just not going to need this. You're going to use Hunter's Mark to mark the fire elemental, and you're like, guys, it's immune to fire damage. Yeah, we know. Some things are obvious, some things aren't. It is tied to Hunter's Mark, so I guess this subclass is the one that wants you to use Hunter's Mark more than anything, which makes sense. It's called the Hunter. So, it's a ribbon feature that may come in handy sometimes. I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. The other thing you get is Hunter's Prey. These gives you 2 options that you can choose from. There's Colossus Slayer. When you hit a creature with a weapon, the creature gets an extra d8 of damage as long as it's missing some of its hit points. So as long as you're not the first one to hit it, you can hit it and deal extra damage once per turn. So once you get extra attack, it's just adding a d8 of damage. If you're using Hunter's Mark, that means you're adding a d6 twice and a d8. So you're actually stacking up quite a bit of damage buffs here. The other option is Horde Breaker. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can attack another creature that is next to the first one and in range with the weapon once per turn. It's tricky because it says you can't target a creature with this Horde Breaker attack that you've already attacked this turn. So you can't go like target 1, target 2, and then Horde Breaker back to 1. You'd have to go target 1, Horde Breaker to target 2. Or you'd have to go target 1, target 2, Horde Breaker to target 3. This is with extra attack, of course. So it really pushes you to attack multiple enemies, which makes sense. It's called Horde Breaker. Now, Colossus Slayer is the obvious pick here most of the time. Just dealing extra damage every turn is good, and it's a good amount of damage. What's interesting is that you don't have to pick permanently. The old hunter made you pick, and that was it. That was your pick. Now you can swap this if you finish a short or long rest. So if you know you're going from fighting like one or two big enemies to a whole bunch of little ones, maybe switch to Hordebreaker. You know, it's not a bad pick if you're fighting lots of enemies. I think that overall, extra damage, extra attacks, circumstantially, I'm going to call this 9 out of 10. It's not bad at all. Next comes level 7, and you get Defensive Tactics. This gives you a defensive feature. Again, you get two options, and you can switch it on a short or long rest, depending on what you need. Escape the Horde means that opportunity attacks have disadvantage against you, which is like half of the speedy feat just given to you here. So that's nice. Or multi-attack defense. When a specific creature hits you with an attack roll, that creature has disadvantage on all subsequent attacks until the end of that turn. So once again, we're kind of leaning into, are you fighting a lot of creatures or just a couple really strong ones? Because strong creatures often have multi-attack. That's not that rare. Whereas hordes of creatures, could get opportunity attacks against you if you're trying to move through a room. They could all take a swipe at you. Granting disadvantage on attacks is powerful. It's a shame that you have to pick, and disadvantage doesn't mean you're not gonna get hit. So, you could also just disengage and do this, and then you wouldn't get hit at all. But I think these are okay. I don't think that they're bad. I think that, honestly, if I had the speedy feat, then you want multi-attack defense because Escape the Horde will do nothing. And if you don't have it, then pick, depending on what you think you're going to be fighting. I think this is 8 out of 10. It's good, not great. Then at level 11, you get Superior Hunter's Prey. Once per turn, when you deal damage to a creature marked by Hunter's Mark, you can deal the Hunter's Mark damage to another creature that's within 30 feet of the first creature. Interestingly, this pairs well with the Hordebreaker mentality of damaging multiple creatures. So, yeah, it adds an extra d6. So now, if you do choose Hordebreaker, you're going to get the extra attack, assuming the creatures are next to each other, and you get to split the Hunter's Mark damage once per turn. So, yeah, good. Again, this is good, not great. In the best case scenario, this is you adding an extra d6 of damage every single turn. Cool. 8 out of 10. It's good, not great, once again. Finally, at level 15, you get Superior Hunter's Defense. This says that when you take damage, you can use your reaction and give yourself resistance to that damage and any other damage of the same type until the end of the current turn. So again, this kind of rides the multi-attack defense train, where if a creature is going to hit you 3 times with the same kind of attack, you can give yourself resistance to the damage of all the attacks. It's a shame it's not for the rest of the round, because it's likely other creatures are going to hit you with the same kind of attacks, and it'd be nice if you could resist all of them. But against one powerful creature, this will come in handy. It's good, not great. I give it 8 out of 10. Again, I think that this is just the name of the game when it comes to the Hunter. All of these features are good. Extra damage, extra attacks, granting enemies disadvantage, granting extra damage when you use Hunter's Mark, getting resistance to damage later on. Yeah, their only real problem is that most of these benefits, they're good, but they're circumstantial. They have requirements that ride along with them. The one that has the least amount of requirements is probably Colossus Slayer, because it's very likely that you're going to be fighting enemies that are hurt already. The only time that won't work is if you're the first person to hit a target. Overall, I think that this entire sweeping line of features is good, just not amazing. None of this is going to shake up the way you play the Ranger. you're going to define how you want to play. Are you attacking lots of creatures or just one big one? And you're going to do good at that. I give the Hunter overall 8 out of 10. It is a lot of features that are circumstantially useful, and yeah, it doesn't amaze me. It is the least exciting of the 4 Ranger subclasses in the book. Not bad if you want to just play a straight-laced Ranger with no cool powers, no bestial companion, no fey magic, no shadow magic, nothing like that. You just want to play a straight-laced Ranger. This is fine. You'll do fine. 8 out of 10, Hunter. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below. Have a look for the join button down there, and keep your eyes peeled for more subclass reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.